Hello, good evening, and welcome to another Thursday night. Now, it's the special Thursday night. It's the last one of the month, so it's an evening with everyone. So you, even you, yes, well, not you, but you're invited. Come along and join in. The link will be going live in a little while, about 5 minutes past of the hour. I've got it set to go live on my page and the group and in the Boom Hut and places like that. I'll put it in the chat here as well, so you can just click on that, sign in, follow through, and come along and join in. I already have people joining in tonight. We have a cooking Spiddy 8
Hello, everybody.
and a non-cooking.
If it gets a bit noisy, just write in the chat and I'll turn the sound off.
Right, so yes, Osric's just come in as well. I missed Osric on the welcome stream thing because he wasn't there, but he is now, so there we go.
Hi, Osric. And tonight, an evening with MasterChef.
Yes, MasterChef evening. He'll be sending out. If anybody wants a tasting,
stuff from a packet, more like.
If anybody wants a tasting, just email Spid and he'll send you out some in a jiffy bag.
I will, yes, indeed. Just send a stamped addressed envelope too.
Oh, you can imagine all them oozing stuff. No,
oh yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be no. Okay, no.
Right, what was it doing?
Right. So, as normal this evening, I will be going through the gallery of what people have added into the group throughout the past week. If you haven't joined the group, there is still time. You can join it there. You can join it. I'll put the link in the chat as well, so you can actually click on it and join. There might be a couple of questions to answer. I've asked. You have to answer. Just to make sure you are who you say you are and that you're not, some dodgy government agency. That seems to have changed somewhat in that brief interlude.
Hello.
It still says Dexter's Crafter though. So, yeah, that seems to be not quite right. Let me just change that. There you go.
Please you spelled that right.
I assume you're taking turns, or I don't know. We won't both fit on the chair.
Well, we can try.
You're getting that sitting on your lap.
No, it's not that sort of show. No. Let's see. We have Keaton Cards come along as well. So, an evening, everyone. And of course, we have. Hang about. I've got to find the right button.
Schoolfish.
Oh, that'll do. The short one, that'll do. Welcome, Skullfish. Yeah, what are you doing home? You shouldn't be home, should you?
Yeah, I've actually got a week and a half holiday. So,
oh, that's all right.
Yeah, we go. It was planned to go away next week, but for reasons that aren't obvious, we cancelled it, and I've never cancelled my holiday. So I'm hoping we're going away for a couple of days next week, hence why I can't do my live stream on Monday. But, yeah.
All good?
Yeah.
More caster building time then.
No, not this next week, which I'm quite disappointed about. It's really enjoyable. It's really good. It's going together nicely and everything.
You're good.
Yeah. So that detail set, the first one I did, it was a bit heart-stopping, to say the least.
Yeah, that's the thing is when it's an expensive kit as well, especially you really don't want to mess up here.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the disappointing bit. There was no, it had the details on the control panel, but my eyesight's not good enough to paint all the dials and everything. So, but there's no decals for it, so I had to pay another 20 odd quid to get the detail set for it. But it's done wonders for it. It looks so much better.
That's one of the cruel tricks that model companies play on us, because they know it's largely us older people that get into it, and they deliberately make things small and complicated.
Yeah.
And hard to see.
Means small stuff don't mix very well. It ends up not having to look for it on the floor.
Yeru's turned up as well. How are you all? Is that how are you all?
How are
How
you?
are you all? Probably, yes. I'm fine, thank you. Everybody else is all right, I suppose, but, you know, that's everybody else. I don't worry about anyone else. Athel's asking if Nat's gone off to... no. Mayhem asked if Nat's managed to get the Clippers to do Lewis tonight.
Oh, yes. Oh, of course, yes. It's the
And
big
Athel says it'll be
haircut.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's sharpening the shears, ready for tomorrow.
The garden shears.
Yeah,
Swinging pigs in.
Getting the strimmer ready.
yeah.
Keaton Carr's asking, can I show and give details on that Arnie bust? I can do some. It's still a work in progress and will be for a while because I haven't got around to doing it. It's the sort of project that I've put aside to do when we have one of the it's alright, my other drink's just been delivered. The project that I was doing on the modcast when I joined in one of those, the Model Makers Boom Modcast. Yeah, that's basically what it is. I shall put myself front and centre. There you go. And that is he. I haven't got the colour tone, the skin tone quite right yet, but I'm quite happy with the jacket and the clothing and the metallic bits, even the bit
That
around
looked
the back of
really
his head.
nice. Is that the one that was from Telford, Chris?
It's one I picked up in Telford a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Either the first or second time I went, 2 or 3 years ago. It's got a base that obviously just says... Yeah, I don't know what it's made of. It's quite heavy, but it's sort of... I don't know.
It's not resin, no?
It might be resin. I'm not sure. I haven't dug around in it to find out because I'm a bit scared of resin. But it sort of just sits on there a bit like that. I'm going to have to glue it on properly when it's done properly. But yeah, it's got no manufacturer name or mark or anything on it. I can't tell you anything more about it other than I picked it up from a guy at Telford.
Yeah. A lot of the resin kits, as far as I know, don't actually have names cast in there, do they?
Not normally. I mean, not a lot of the resin stuff is like sort of garage kits and things like that. That there isn't a real thing, or isn't any more a real thing. But some manufacturers or individuals make moulds of them and then make a few and sell them on. But yeah, that was that. So we never noticed. Mayhem says Spid's hard at work cooking a pot noodle. Spid is cooking a proper thing.
I am. Yeah.
We'll find out what Spid's doing. I'll go to Spid.
I'm cooking a proper thing out of a packet. Although I'm chopping vegetables right now, I'm chopping peppers and onion, and I've got some chicken. In fact, I had a bit of a chicken disaster yesterday. I did as a roast chicken dinner because I got my son up for a couple of weeks, and I did as a roast chicken dinner, which was really nice. And the chicken carcass was boiling down into a stock. And then yesterday, a friend from Mallaig, who's across the water, he works for a Western Isles boat tour company. And another friend from down south was up on holiday visiting with his son. And he said, how about I try and organise as a boat trip and we can all go out and have a boat trip, which happened yesterday evening, which was fantastic. It's the first time I've ever been on a fast boat, one of these ribs.
I thought you were going to say it's the first time you've been on a boat.
Oh, no, first time I've been on a fast boat. I mean, I've been on the ferries and stuff like that, but it was great fun. It was amazing. So we went and did that, but I'd left this chicken carcass boiling down into stock on a pan on the hob, thankfully really, really low. So we drove out to Armadale, which is across the water from Mallaig. It's about half an hour from here. Met them there, went out, had this boat trip. We got back to Armadale, got in the car, we're driving back to Carlisle, just heading to the co-op to get a couple of essential bits. And as we're in the co-op, I was like, oh, the chicken stock, oh my God, I've got the pan on the hob. So it was the quickest dash around the co-op you've ever seen in your life. Grabbed the bits that we needed, dashed back, and it just, thankfully, was all it had done. It just burnt itself into a sticky mess at the bottom of the pan. And it just boiled dry, but because it was on low, it just kind of welded itself to the bottom of the pan, and nothing worse than that. But the place just absolutely stunk all last night, and all the windows in the house open, trying to air it out. But because of this roast chicken dinner, I got loads of leftover chicken meat because I stripped the carcass off, which is why I'm doing this curry tonight, which is katsu curry from your local Morrison's supermarkets. It's really nice, actually. It's kind of like Chinese chip shop curry, but nicer. So if you've got a Morrison's near you, have a look in the Foods of the World section and get yourself one of these. It's a big block like that. It's like an OXO cube. And you chop yourself up some onion and some veg, just, please yourself, whatever you like to throw in there. You chop up the stock cube, you throw it all in a big pan, and you just boil it all up. So I'm going to be doing that with some chicken. So, yeah, no pot noodle tonight. We're getting exotic.
It's like a pan noodle instead of a pot noodle. It's just bigger. Right, let's have a look. We have Primetime Modelling is here. That's Philip. Good evening. Let's come in while I've been doing this. People I've already known. Sarah Jane's around. Dave. Still Skullfish. Disaster Chicken. Someone phone Marvel. Could be a super disaster chicken. Oh, that's loud.
Oh, it's all right. Just a pan.
Nothing in that one. I could tell there was nothing in there.
Yeah. So if anybody could use overcooked welded chicken carcass in a diorama, then just let me know.
Well, the bones could be useful for something. You could do some sort of dinosaur diorama with the bones coming out of things.
That's an idea. Yeah.
That'll use it for Sunday dinner.
Those bones, like you see in those sci-fi movies with the big giant bones that they walk through.
Yeah, I'm sure that'd be all right. Mayhem says disaster chicken, isn't it? No, it's robot chicken. Yeah, it's completely different. Disaster chicken sounds much more like a superhero.
It does, doesn't it?
Dad says the galloping gourmet who gives you the gallops. Let's see if Chris sees it this time. Did you say that before? I did miss it before, but I saw this one. It wasn't even in capitals, but yeah. Mayhem doesn't know what to have for dinner. Could we suggest chicken? I had chicken tonight.
I'm actually going to take a photo of this disaster in a pan.
Oh, that's
It's been sitting there cooling down. I'm going to get a picture of that to share with you all because I know you're itching to see it.
Dave says he's not a fan of cat poo curry. Nobody has made it a real cat.
It is, yeah. Genuine cat.
Plastic Monkey is here as well. Spur and Glue says 2011 Nottingham. Is that the time or the date or the place or it's? I assume it's a time because that's sort of the time it would be in Nottingham a minute ago. So have I missed something? Did I ask the time and the location?
Time and telly, isn't it? Isn't it?
Time and telly. It's town is quite good. Time and town. Time and town works. We'll have time and town today this week then. What time is it where you are? And what town are you in or near or around-ish? Obviously, don't give your proper address because, things. But it's already gone past that time. I forgot. I shall put in the link into the chat for people to join. It's in the chat now. It's also everywhere else now on the internet. Not everywhere on the internet because obviously everyone knows, like 80% of the internet's porn anyway and it's not anything to do with that. But the link is in the chat. If you'd like to come and join in, feel free. I've got an upgrade to the StreamYard thing. I'm streaming in 1080p's at the moment. So if you've got a camera that's suitable for doing all that, I don't know if these guys' cameras might or might not be set to 1080p, but mine should be. So if I put myself here, this should be as high broadcast streaming quality as you generally get. So welcome to my 1080p's. Everyone else, I think it must make me smaller than 1080 when I'm in a corner, but the whole thing is probably still. Hopefully, it's noticeably better than it was last week. I doubt that I'm going to be continuing with it because it's quite expensive to run the 1080. They need a higher level of plan than the one I'm on. But we'll see how it looks once it's uploaded and streamed and things. I shall go back and have a look at the quality. What is that? Was that? Are you filling that up with latte or something? He can't hear us now. He's got his machines going on.
Sorry.
Did you just fill that up with your coffee machine?
Thank goodness for stainless steel pans. You can actually chisel the stuff off and wash them out and be good to go again.
Ah, right, I got you. I thought you were adding some sort of coffee to it, but no.
No, I just using the hot water out of the espresso machine. It's a great hot water dispenser.
Shane Youngs is here, saying good evening, Chris and everyone. Hope all are well. It's very warm, but apart from that, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Athel wishes other supermarkets' katsu curries were as good as Spitty Q8s. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I'm not really one for curries, so yeah.
It's nice. It's not like an Indian curry. It's the closest thing it's like is a Chinese chip shop curry. So if you like Chinese chip shop curry, it's...
I just generally stay away from the chip shop. I like sweet and sour from Chinese and places like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice, and I think it's something like a couple of quid a block. So and it just saves forever as well because it's sealed.
Yep. Jacqueline's here saying hi from sunny Sompting. Hope we're all well, Jackie and Kev. So hello, Jackie and Kev. Welcome to the stream. There's the link. You can type it in with your fingers if you like, but it's easier to click on it because it's not very easy to read out link. If you want to come and join us, it's at streamyard.com/FNC4VKK6X7. Don't put any of them wrong because you might end up on someone else's stream, and that probably won't be any fun for anyone involved. So be careful with your typing. Just click on the link. I'll put it in a couple of times throughout the evening as we go. Let's have a look. Keaton Carr 89. It says 8 to 13 and Chelmsford. Yeah, I'm used to seeing the 24-hour time when people put these things in. I was thinking Chelmsford, and it's only 8:15 in the morning, but it's not. It's yeah. There we go. Cynical Steve says 2013. Bernie John C in Manchester. Junkworks 2013. Well, it's Kirkwall. He's in Orkney, so 2013 may well be the time or the year, because they are a bit behind in Orkney, so it could be that he's 7 years behind us. I'm not entirely certain.
Yes, big time zone difference between Orkney and the rest of the world.
Mark, he says 2013 and home of the British Army. I'm not up on stuff. I don't know where that is. Where's the British Army come from? It's probably not London, is it? It's... I don't know. You might have to give us more information than that because we're rubbish. Philip says 2013, Great Yarmouth. There we go. At last we've got a different time. We've got 2113. So Pascal is an hour in the future to us, as we know. He's in Lis in the Netherlands. Heart of the flower fields. Sounds very nice.
It's so far in the future. Is in everybody's stream before it even happens.
He is. That must be why, because he's already an hour in advance to everybody else. Yeah. Dan Kramer is here. Says, "Yay! I made it to a stream. Hi everyone. Welcome and hello." And he then follows up, keeping in. It says 2:13 p.m. in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, USA. So that's in the past, though, isn't it? In American land. So yes, that's welcome. Let's see. Dan would much rather do a rerun of 2013 than 2020. Yeah, 2013 was better than 2020, definitely. Yep. Athel had sweet and sour pork balls tonight. Yeah, but what did you have for dinner? Mayhem says 2016. I don't know what it is. Dalrymple?
Dalrymple, is it?
I don't know. It's got not enough vowels in it, I think.
Is that pronounced Dalrymple?
Yeah, sure.
How I'd pronounce it. I might be completely wrong.
Shane, 2016, Lowestoft in Suffolk. Athol, 2016, Aberdeen, and it's foggy and raining. Raining? I'd love it if it was raining. It's just stuffy and hot here. Tomorrow apparently is going to be really, really hot as well. So, Scaly Model says Aldershot Numpty. I don't know. Mark 3B says Aldershot. Oh, that was in relation to that. That's where the British Army started. I didn't know. How was I going? I was never in the army. I didn't have to find out these things. They don't teach us stuff like that at school.
No, they don't. They don't.
Osric, 2017, Chester. Clarkey's here as well. Good evening, all. 2017, near Kings Lynn. I've heard of it, but I couldn't place it on a map. I'm rubbish at geography.
Not that far from us. About an
You're
hour
rubbish at
down the road.
geography as well, though, so I don't know if I can trust you.
See it on the sat nav every now and then.
Well, yeah, I'm easy. Really good at sat nav. It's easy.
Being a lorry driver, you should actually have a pretty good grasp of UK geography, shouldn't you? Really?
Yeah. My grasp of UK geography is what's the postcode, put it in the sat nav and press go.
Exactly right. Yes.
Yes.
We are joined by a stranger. Well, not really a stranger. We're joined by Eric. How are you doing, Eric?
Hey, doing good, guys. How are you?
Hello, Eric.
Hopefully you're recovering and doing better today than you have been previous days. So
Yeah, today's actually been one of the better days. So, yeah, it's just been a roller coaster of a recovery.
well, if it
Good
gets too
days,
much
so-
for you and you have to drop out, then don't feel bad about it.
No, absolutely. So,
But nice to have you here.
yep.
Let me just carry on with everything that's going on. Sarah Jane says it's 2017 from Warm Code Breakers. Is that a place? Is there a place called Code Breakers? That sounds amazing. Are you allowed to move there if you don't know anything about codes, or do you have to have a quiz when you visit? That'd be really good.
Speaking of places and what have you, I found out just a couple of days ago, talking to somebody I know who's just recently moved house, that there is a California near Great Yarmouth.
Really?
And they've moved to California. I said, well, we've just moved to California. I was like, what? They're like, but not the one in the USA, there's one near Great Yarmouth. They're like, oh, cool.
Well, I mean, there's lots of places in the USA that they nick names from around here, aren't there?
Yes, yeah, I mean, there's a
So
lot.
it makes sense to do it the other way around.
Because you've got a lot of Irish that moved to the east coast of the US. So you've got
All right.
you've got like Derry and I can't think of any others off the top of my head, but there's loads of names that came from the UK and from Ireland. But yeah, there's California in Yarmouth.
Not far from us, there's a New York, and it's on the edge of a 60-mile-an-hour road speed limit road, and you blink, you miss it. Literally, that's small.
So it's
I'm
a
originally from
tiny bit smaller than the actual New York.
just a little bit, yeah. Yeah, I'm originally from Boston,
Yes.
so
I remember telling people I'd gone on holiday to Boston when I was at school, and loads of people were really impressed until they found out 30 minutes later that it was a Boston, Lincolnshire.
Michael Strawman says hi all from Halifax. It's 2018. Cool. Kitten Cart says letting everyone know Smith's Toys is getting the arcade 1-Up Turtles and Mortal Kombat arcades next month. So if anyone's interested in they're almost like half-scale arcade cabinets, aren't they? But it could be of note for some people. Swigging Pig says 2019 from Huddersfield, West Yorkshire. Graham tells Spid that his pronunciation is correct, but he probably can't remember what he pronounced. But
Oh, that would be the place.
is that the airship thing?
I've forgotten the name. The one with the Y.
One with all the none of the vowels in it.
Too,
Yeah.
too many Y's. I've forgotten the name already.
Dead saying I was too short for the army. That's what I was too young for the army when they were looking for people. So, yeah. Cynical Steve has been edging into my territory. He says, meant to say, after finally adjusting the straps on 3 watches by removing some links, one of which has been waiting for 3 years, he now considers himself a master horologist.
Oh, well done, that man.
Mind your head on that cabinet, Spid. I can see yourself braining yourself on that.
I've done that a time or two, believe me. Sort of sudden turn and yeah.
Yeah. Dave got into the army, but he lied about his height. So
Nice.
Dave says loads of places in America named after places in Hampshire, and the cheeky lot placed them all over New Hampshire. That's sort of why they called it New Hampshire, isn't it? Because it's
Yes, indeed.
newer than the old one.
Indeed,
It's
indeed.
like New York and all that sort of stuff, because there's an old one.
Mm-hmm.
Graham says there's a town near me called Condom. The sign for it is one of the most photographed places in France. Yeah. Scott up in Orkney's got the sign that says twat.
Yes, I was just going to say
That's quite photographed as well. Yeah.
Very, very much photographed.
I missed one. It jumped. Andrew Preston says, sorry I'm late. I was seeing a new puppy. And then I hope that the pictures of the new puppy are appearing in the gross group even as we speak, because we like puppies.
Oh,
Well, I don't care if anyone else likes puppies. I like puppies, and it's my group. So, everyone's saying hello. Ghost Rider is here, saying he's late today. You are indeed late today, but that's not a problem. I shall put the link in again because it's still an evening with everyone, so everyone is welcome. Eric's joined us. Look, Eric's not normally a regular. He's sort of a regular when it's the evening with everyone thing, but not, not when it's not. If you know what I mean. The last Thursday in the month, I always throw the doors open to the general public and let the rabble in. Or any of the rabble can come in, as Eric can come in, so anyone can come in. It's fine.
A brief interlude and a top tip for anyone who likes egg fried rice from Chinese takeaways.
Yes.
If you're boiling some rice, boil twice as much as you need. Stick the half of it once it's finished into a pot and throw it straight into the fridge. And the following day, if you use that to make egg fried rice, have a look for a channel called Zhang's Food Network, Ziangs, and look for their recipe for takeaway egg fried rice. And it uses what they call overnight rice. This is how Chinese takeaways do it. And it is the most accurate Chinese takeaway egg fried rice ever. So that's what this is going to be for. This is egg fried rice for tomorrow. But I recommend that one if you like egg fried rice. It's really good.
Or you could just eat it all today.
Or you could, but yeah.
Right, yes. Scott says he's 7 miles from Twat. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. That's all good. Right, there we go. Right. Shall we nip across to the gallery thing and see what's been going on? Let me add that to the stream and see what happens if I push that button. It comes across there like that. There we go. I think that was one of the last ones we saw last week, which was Scott. There is. Are you not joined the group as your page? You might be able to. You might not be able to. If you want to and you can't, give me a shout and I'll see if I can invite you as your page, because it's always good to be in the group as your page, because right, I can use my keyboard to do this, can't I? If I click somewhere around there and then click there we go. Yes, I think we showed these last week as well. This is Emma Jane's diorama of normal life and flowers. There we go. So I like the dioramas that are normal things rather than it's all war and army stuff and that normal.
Oh wow, a little greenhouse. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean a proper allotment sort of diorama. You never see normal houses. It's great. Then we have Steve put up this, and he's absolutely right. Yeah, when you've got your model just as plastic, it looks fine like that, and after you prime it, it looks just right, spot on. And then you paint it, and it all goes to poo. Actually, goes to poo because it's Pooh Bear. See, I won't do that.
That's an accurate representation of my Warhammer painting skills. That is.
I can move this. I can move that out of the way. Look, there we go. Right. So. Moving on to the next picture, which I can't do because I clicked somewhere else and it didn't like it. We have Nat put up a picture because she reached 100 subscribers, so congratulations to Nat. Is Nat coming back, or is it just you now, Lewis? Or not? I object to either way.
She's just about to walk through the door now.
Oh, you sent her away, did you?
No, she had make a phone call.
Okay.
And, yeah, she just walked in.
There you go. While Nat's here, she's famous
She's
on the telly as well.
Why is my husband at home? Can't you find him something to do?
So yes, Nat reached 100 subscribers. A few people are getting there, and a few people that started channels quite recently are sort of in the first sort of stages of getting towards 100. Of course, YouTube celebrate your 100 subscribers by letting you choose a custom name for your channel. So instead of telling people, oh yeah, come and join me, it's on youtube.com/uppercase A B173 lowercase u 6194, and then it goes on for ages. You can actually have a proper name, like I say, obviously mine is youtube.com/grossmodels. It's easy. You can type it, you can write it down, and people will read it. I assume Nat has already chosen Dexterous Crafter as her YouTube name. You can find out by typing it in at YouTube and see what comes up. That's that. We have Steve again, Cynical Steve. Doesn't normally do figures, but he saw these and picked them up, if I remember correctly. But for some reason, I've not got any text about this one. But he can tell us in there. He'll tell us in a minute. When I go to the next picture, he'll comment on this picture because that's the way things work. Dad says that Scott at the Junk Works is getting there. He's at 49 subscribers. I'm sure was it not more than that yesterday? Has it gone down again? Subscriber numbers do go up and down by a few here and there, so don't be disheartened if your subscriber numbers go down by 1 or 2. But hopefully you'll keep putting the content out there and people will start liking and subscribing and building it up again. So if you do find any pictures in here of people that you like, make sure you find their YouTube channels if they have one and like and subscribe. If you don't know if they have a YouTube channel, you can always just comment on the thing in the group and say, you know, hey, I like your stuff. Where's your YouTube channel? And people like Steve will say, yes, I've got a YouTube channel. It's coming very soon. I'm working on it. I've just got some new stuff to make mics and camera booms and things, so I'll be doing video content very soon. Steve will say. He won't. He will say things like that. Yeah. There he is. Swid is just muting his mic a moment as he's frying. Yeah, it is a bit warm, but it's fine. I've got a fan on, but you know. Let's see. Cynical Steve says it's a sci-fi dwarf mercenary thing, and he's got a cool mohawk and beard. He does. I will agree to all of those things. I can't tell how big he is because, you know, it depends on the scale. So he could be a dwarf or not. But and for some reason my button doesn't seem to really let me go left anymore. But there we go. Oh, we've got different views of the dwarf mercenary thing. Had a nice black screen. Yeah, that's a very cool picture. Oh, it's another picture of that. I don't know why that took so long to load. That's yes. For once, it's a model that he's not done anything to. He's just got it. He hasn't built it himself and glued things onto it. I fully expect there will be something glued onto him at some point somewhere.
I was just wondering what he's going to stick on extra.
He says it's 55mm. So that's I don't know what scale that is for people, but interesting to keep going. There we have Nat. This is Lewis's work, not Nat, but the apron that Nat is wearing is Lewis's work. So it's not just model making and stuff that he does. He does actually sewing and things.
Yeah. First one I've ever done, and probably the last one.
But why? He did it all right. It works. It covers all the important bits for an apron.
It took me an hour. Not an hour. It took me a year to do that.
Yeah, but not working on it solid for a year, was it?
No, it's probably solid about 3 or 4 days. But I had quite a big break. So I got fed up.
Graham says he watched a couple of the posts on Lewis's channel today. That was Big Lancaster. Indeed. Yep. Keaton has 182 subscribers, so there you go. On his way. Steve says he had to stick the arms on, but you used the correct arms. You didn't use arms from a tank or something. But yeah. Mayhem says Lewis can be nice when he wants something. I'm pretty
I'm
sure
always nice. I'm a nice person.
We have Roger with his. Is that a Falcon cockpit? It looks like it might be. I can't. It's sort of upside down a bit, but it's got the right sort of seat arrangement for a Falcon cockpit. I know he's been playing with some things like that. Damien, been following episode 6 of the Millennium Falcon build painting. That must be my one. All I can say is, having never applied there before, water decals are much slower than I was expecting. I think Chris mentions it took him 3-ish hours to complete. I have no memory. It was a long time ago that I did that. But yes, whatever it was in there. It's taken me 3 hours to apply 13. Hoping to get quicker. Yes, it gets easier. The more you... I mean, I won't say it get easier just on that one model. But once you've done a few kits with decals, it does get easier. And yeah, it just practice and keep going, really. Yeah. But they look good. They're in, the right places. They're stuck down nicely. There's no bubbles and stuff, so you're doing well. Keaton Carr did say he had 182 subscribers. Dad now says 183. And there you go. Dad's put Keaton Carr's YouTube channel up in there, as you say. YouTube.com. You don't need the user bit. YouTube puts it in there, but I like to get rid of it because it just annoys me. Keaton Carr 89, as is his sign-in name on the chat. So go and have a look, see what he's been doing. I bet there's stuff about Batman in there, but I could be wrong. I can't remember. I'm sure I'm subscribed to it, but I can't remember. When I look at so many of these channels now that they all blur in together. There's some Lewis with some cockpit action. So Lewis is still here. He can do some talking about it while I sit back.
Yeah. So it's the main control panel. All I've done is it's the decal sandwiched between two bits of photo etch, and there's meant to be a sheet of acetate between them as well. But I didn't put that in because I didn't want to risk it frosting over, whiting over when I super glued it together. So I've got some crystal clear glue and just filled in the dials with that, so it looks like it's got glass over it. It's worked really well, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you've got obviously a couple more down there to put onto it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's getting there. That's the close-up view of it. There we go. You can see all the details on it. It looks good.
Looks really good.
Thank you. There's a lot more to go as well. And that's just on that cockpit bit.
Cynical Steve, yeah, he said something about getting bored and having to make something, so he's made some sort of drone thing. I can't remember, he gave a name to it, but I can't remember. But yeah, I'm sure there's more than one picture of it. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what the bits are from. It'll be various toys and toothpaste tubes, and I don't have a clue. I don't recognise anything, but I'm not really up on a lot of the buildy stuff, so I might not recognise anything. No, I can't tell what any of that's from, but it goes together well. No idea what any of that's from at all. That bottom bit looks 3D printed. It's got sort of print lines on it, so I don't know what that's from. Dan says, is it made from Buzz Lightyear? The back looks like his backpack. It could easily be, yeah. It's quite possible. I don't know for sure, but oh no, apparently not though. A bit of a toy bike, old Robotech kit, and Warhamster. Very nice. Lord Barkley is here, saying evening. Good evening. Not sure what's that. Keaton Carr says, thank you for subscribing. He's not on Twitter or Facebook to promote. Say promote wherever you can, but yeah, more than welcome. Who says, would that work for eyes? I'm not sure what we're talking about there, but was that Athol told me to try placing 48 Raven Guard pauldrons. And I think I've done a couple of pauldrons, but not hundreds of them. But Graham says it looks like an upside down paint bottle on the bottom. Yeah, I think that's just for holding it off the thing for showing it off and painting it. I don't think that's attached to it. Although with Steve, you can never be entirely certain. It might well be part of it. I don't know. Let's continue on. I don't know how many more pictures we've got. I always just go through this and people start adding them while I'm on live streaming, so it could go on for ages. That's another view of it, and there's. I don't think that's something Nat did. I think that's something Paige did. I think while Lewis was streaming last week.
Yeah. So while I'm doing the live streams, Nat and the kids get kicked upstairs. So we have to give them something to entertain them.
Are these foam things come that colour, or do you have to colour them? Or
yeah, so it's basically just a sheet of card, and where you see the little square foam, they're just
little
numbers.
white shapes. You have to stick the right colours
Yeah.
in the right bits.
Yeah, so they're all numbered, and Paige will just come along and stick them in where they're supposed to be. I'm quite glad that she's done it properly.
And that's what Connor was doing.
Yeah, making
Foam
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are always the correct answer. And then we're back to Steve after he's glued some more bits on, which again I recognise that there's an Aquila thing in that from the Warhamster, but I don't recognise anything else. But it's got no glue, no paint pot on it anymore, so I was correct in that wasn't part of the build. Yeah, little guns on the back. And another picture that took a long time to load for some reason. That's definitely 3D printed, that bit. I can see the print lines on that. So I don't know where that was from or why it was sitting in your spares box. That's mine. I recognise that one. It's the nano dog that I've been building. It's teeny tiny Lego. You can see how tiny it is because that's it there. Look. The blocks are basically a quarter of the size of actual Lego, and a lot of these are individual blocks, like tiny one-piece blocks or sort of 2 or 3-piece corner pieces. It's good fun to build. It doesn't take any brain power at all. You can just sit there and do it, and that's what I do when I stream. It's just gives you lot somewhere to hang out and chat while I'm pushing bits of plastic together, and just a fun evening. Steve says it's a resin printed. Oh, he did say that, but then the chat moved before I clicked it. It's a resin printed sentry gun. There we go. I knew it was printed. I'm clever like that. Keaton Carr says, seeing a lot of creativity in these pics. My respects for everyone. Yeah, that's just Steve. Steve does creativity like nobody else. Give him a bag of bits and he's happy for a week. Spid's working hard apparently. I haven't been watching Spid, I must admit. I've been looking at the other things, but I'm sure he's cooking away. He's muted so he doesn't disturb us with his frame. Let's see, anything else we have? Mark Collier's posted up some pictures of a ship boat thing. I don't know what any more than that. For some reason, sometimes it gives you the text up here of what people have put in. Sometimes it doesn't. I think if you put in a single picture, it does. Did it for me? Yes, I just put in a single picture and it's given me the stuff there. I think if you put in several pictures or an album or whatever, then it might not, because it might class all of them as the post, not the single picture. So if you do have things to say about it, just put up a single picture with some description, and then you can put in a post with more afterwards. But it gives me a bit more information about what's going on, because I haven't got a clue. Bruce says no one's painted a spider yet. No, probably not. We don't mention spiders on this stream because my wife gets upset, and then I'll get shouted at for no reason of my. It's not my fault, but I get shouted at all the same. That's the other side of the same boat, I should think, probably. Dave, at Dave Butcher That Model, cleaning up a big boy figure, a 1/8 Crusader. Okay, is that all the bits there? Is there other bits in the bag? Because I couldn't see a head. But yeah, there must be other bits there. What? Is there any more? Or is that the last one? That's the last one. He's only put that up there 10 minutes ago. So that's the last picture from the group thing. Let me stop sharing. Actually, I'll stop sharing. There we go. And then we're back. Yeah. Those dinos are great, says Dan.
Thank you.
Indeed, they were.
I'll let Connor know when he gets up in the morning.
Right. Mushrooms in it, but I've chopped them big.
Okay.
So they're easy to pick out. Okay.
Food.
Okay.
Spid's got a visitor as well. Hello.
This is Gabe. This is my son.
Hello.
Because the food's ready now he appears.
No,
I understand.
I
I
don't
get
get
it. Mark 3B says that is the USS Constitution. He's still working on the bloody cannons. Yeah, there seem to be quite a lot of cannons on there. So yeah, that'll keep you busy for a little while, won't it? Not as big as the boat that Lewis is building though. Oh, I think Spid's pressed the button.
Ah.
That one, yeah, that's quite big, bit bigger than the one he's building there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 1.75 meters.
Yeah, that's
It will
quite
be.
big. That's like people sized, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite funny.
Is there a queue for the food, says Lord Barkley, and Spid says, apologies, but good timing. So does that mean your internet's dropped out a little bit, or anything? I shall remove you from the stream, because... Oh, the laptop battery just died. There we go. I bet. Either the laptop battery died just as the food was ready, I'm sure. Yeah, that's likely.
It's like Chris sending the stream as food showed up a couple weeks ago.
It's all good. Right, I've put the link in the chat again because there's still plenty of room. I can have 10 people on one of these streams now, apparently. So, although it's nice to see 10 people, hearing 10 people is a bit more tricky because it just all gets very rowdy. But if you want to pop in, even just to say hello, then by all means do that. if you want to come in and hang around for the next however long, it's getting very warm in here, so I don't think we're going to do the full hour and a half by any stretch. We're 3/4 an hour in, and I'm already starting to swelter a little bit, so it might be a shorter show than normal tonight. But Spid's on his phone, so yeah, don't try and join on the video because it'll be rubbish. That says thank you, Sprue. I don't know what that was for, but there we go. Oh, there we go. Sprue and Glue said it's nice to see artwork from children now and then. Well done to Nat and Lewis's children. Yes. Yeah, because obviously they're too young to join Facebook themselves, but you know, nice parents do share their kids' work.
See, I'm a nice parent. Chris said it himself.
At least one of you is, so you can decide which one of you it is. That's fine.
Hey.
Dan says you've got to use the holes in the wall that make machines go, Spid. It's always a good idea, yeah. Why are you not got powered up? Why are you using batteries? You got their electricity sockets. You can use them. Assume you got them in your kitchen. He's probably not even watching now because I can say what you like. So, have you done anything on the bench, Eric, or are you just?
Honestly, not a whole lot. I'm working on a AMT. Let's see this Toyota pickup. I've got it prime base coated and clear coated. Got the engine and the drivetrain, and it has come to a grinding halt. So it's just when I feel like it, and yeah, when I feel like it, I'll come in here and do something. So it's just yeah.
Don't push it if it's, you know, if it gets tough. Don't push too through it.
Yeah.
Just take it easy and it will come back.
Well, I mean, I'm willing to do that Tamiya Mustang GT4 really bad, but I'm like, I don't want to do it because I'm just not feeling it, and I don't want.
Yeah.
If I'm not feeling it, I don't want to screw it up. So it's us doing something relatively easy. So
yeah, but it's the same with everything. If your mojo goes, then go and do something completely different. There's no point in saying it will get better if I push harder, because it
oh, absolutely.
We have David's joined us. David Powell, welcome.
Hi, David.
I shall put you front and centre so we can see what you're working on. That looks like some sort of car thing.
Yeah, it's a Rebel Dingo 1/35th scale. I've been working on it for a couple of weeks now.
Cool. I think I've seen pictures of it in various places, but I might be thinking it's something else.
It's not a bad kit, actually. It had its moments, but I'm getting there with it, so to speak.
That's the important thing. As long as you get there, that's, you know, and you're enjoying the journey. That's the thing.
Oh, definitely.
I must admit, I see that Rubik's Cube type thing off to your right hand side there, and it annoys me because it's not done.
I do apologise.
It would annoy me if it was not, you know, the right shape and the right places. But I can't leave a Rubik's Cube not done. If I'm walking through a shop and they got like display Rubik's Cube out, I have to solve it before I can leave the shop. So, yeah. Spid says he had his rice cooker plugged into the only accessible socket he could use. In that case, yes, you're allowed to not have battery power if you're using it for cooking. Dan says, is he envying the nice big work area that Eric has?
It's actually a bedroom converted into an office, converted into a big hobby room. I'm actually primarily a mall railroader, so I actually have two layouts that are behind me, which hence reason the cleanliness of the wall behind me. So, and then
Ian's envious of your tidy setup.
Then directly behind me is my ink desk. So then it's just, I'd rather be somewhat organized and clean, and or it drives me absolutely nuts. So
Yeah, my bench is very clean at the moment because, but not that one. The one that I tend to work out for doing live streams is, but that's purely because I haven't got anything else on the go at the moment. I keep meaning to pick up and start doing things, but just haven't. Dan's suggesting you peel off the stickers to fix Rubik's cubes. No, that's cheating. You just do it by actually solving it. And
I've got a bit of a.
I have my cube sitting there ready
Not
to
actually a
be
Rubik's
solved
cube.
when it needs to be. I know it's not an actual cube you've got there, so it's not an option. I can't tell what it is though. Is it an ashtray or something?
It is, yes.
Ah, right, there we go. Yeah, that wouldn't be solvable. Yeah, Graham's found himself. He's got disconnected, but he wondered if he was still here. But you are still here, Graham. Yes, look, we can see you. Athel was saying to Ian that your desk looks like mine. Paint everywhere and Raven Garden Space Wolves. You got to keep everything. Yeah. Spid says it's amusing as it would be for the chat. I didn't fancy tripping over a power cable with a pan of curry. And Mayhem says we wouldn't find any humour in watching you trip and skid and clatter into the wall, sending curry sauce flying. Not at all. No, it wouldn't. No, we wouldn't laugh at that. We're nice like that. We wouldn't do that. That'd be fine. Steve says I painted my Rubik's Cube black. That was in my goth stage back then. Yeah, but are they all the same black, or did you do 6 different types of black or textures of black, or because that can be interesting. You have a Nemesis cube.
He peeled all the stickers off.
Keaton's asking if anyone's using painting skills on face masks. No, I don't know how well it would. I mean, for normal sort of fabric face masks, most paints would start crack and not put up with being bent around very much. I know places are printing. You can like give them a picture and they'll print it onto a face mask, which is quite interesting. But yeah. Dan really needs to rebuild his hobby room. My plans didn't take things into account like airflow and cramptitude. I like cramptitude. Is that a real word? I like that. Yeah. I mean, this isn't a hobby room. This is a multi-purpose room that I use for this. You know, you don't see the other bit behind the camera that's all messy and got stuff in it. But yeah, I do envy people that have got a dedicated area for. I mean, more than a bench for doing stuff. You've got a room where you can do stuff and things. Yeah, but planning it out would be awkward because things change and develop. When I started even building models, well, initially when I was building the Millennium Falcon, I was doing that on a lap tray in front of the telly. But then things got a bit big and it sort of had to move around a bit. I used to use this bench over here for doing model making and filming on, but things just got a bit too cramped, so I got this big L-shaped bench which has got bench behind me and bench to the side of me and the spray booth in the corner. And it's plenty of room, it's fine. I've still got to figure out stuff and get everything organised properly, but it's getting there. So yeah, it's all fun, but I wouldn't want to do it from the beginning and think, right, this is how I'm going to plan the room out, because you're never going to get it right first time out on a plan. Things will change as you're doing it, and you'll realise actually I could do with having a bit more room over there, or you know, an area for this over here, and until you've done it, you wouldn't really know. Let's see. Mayhem says cramptitude is accordion compression. Yeah, it's sort of, yeah, it would work. Lord Barkley says there's an idea. Send in a picture of your desk space. By all means, yeah, but put a picture in the group of your work area. Lots of people have got different. You know, some people do work on literally on a tray in front of the telly. Other people have got entire studios set up. So yeah, if you want to put a picture up in the group of your work area, that's a good idea. We'll have a look at that.
Or others build right on their laptop.
Others, yeah, take pictures of things on their laptops. Yeah, like Steve. Dan says it doesn't help that it's for models, electronics, robotics, role-playing game library, computer desk, and media room. Yeah, so it's a real multifunction room that's for a bit of everything. Yeah. Scaly Model says you don't want to see mine. It's a big room with a 6-inch square to work on. You've got more room than that. I've seen your bench is bigger than the one I've got here. So yeah, you'll be all right. Steve's got a Rubik's Cube Bluetooth speaker that lights up in time with the music, and a Rubik's Cube chest of drawers, and the missus has a Rubik bag. Are they all done though, or are they mixed up? Because, you know, Graham wants craptitude to be a real word. Well, you know, it's a real word. It is officially a word. You can't say it's a made-up word, because all words are made up, because that's the way words work. They're not naturally occurring. You don't find them in nature. So they're all made-up words. So if you've made up a word, if it fits the bill, then people will use it. Mayhem says that's why we're looking at moving house. The missus' quilting fabric is everywhere. But she's going to want to take it with her. I don't know that moving house is the answer to that problem. And unless it's just you that's moving house and she's having that one for quilting, because that would get expensive. Spid says, I've always envious of the massive rooms Americans have in their homes. UK houses always have tiny rooms, and married UK men get allocated the tiniest for their hobbies. Pretty fair, yep. I know a few people in America land that have got, you know, I've decided to make the basement into my work area, and it's like, I haven't even got a basement, let alone, you know, the thing the size of a football pitch that you've got down there that you can just do out however you like. Yeah.
The house that I currently live in here in Indiana, it's right around right around 900 square feet. So it's not huge house, but
I've got no mental picture of how big that is. I don't. I mean, not even that it's in feet and not meters and things. I just don't comprehend things like that. I don't know if that's a, you know, I don't know how big my house is, so I've got nothing to compare it to.
Yours is
all the rooms in American TV shows and that are massive. Nat says that it's easy for Lewis because you can see his whole station on camera now. There you go. That's Lewis and Nat's work area.
It's literally at the kitchen table.
Yeah. Lord Barkley says I've got a tray on the table next to my PC. Well, we'd see a picture of that next week then. That'd be fine. Osric saying craptitude is almost as good a word as whammage. Well, I don't know the definition of whammage. Can you enlighten us? It's nothing to do with the band, is it? It's nothing to do with wham. It's not like having hair like that or something. No, I don't know. Cynical Steve's is the strip. It's the strip of bits in front of his laptop. It's all in his pictures. It's where I work. Yeah, every picture that Steve puts up is his work area. It's that little bit in front of his laptop and the bit in front of the keys of the laptop. Dad says it's all Eric's fault for having such a tidy space. Yeah, pretty much. Keaton built an empty room around an outrun machine bought from an arcade in Southend. You built a room because of an arcade machine. So you couldn't do that around here. Mark would love to have the room spread out and set up both of his vintage sewing machines. Quite interesting. I expect they take up quite a bit of room. Spid's asking Steve if you need to solve the Rubik's bag before you can access the contents. I would hope so. That's the only point in having it. If you use it, it's a word. Do it. Yeah. Used to have that when the kids were young. If it has 2 extra... Oh, this is talking about Mayhem moving. If it has 2 extra rooms, it would be worth it. She'll have her space and I'll have mine. And then you'll have all the extra room from the things that you've got in the rooms at the moment spread out a bit further. Dan says, basically none of my stuff is allowed anywhere else in the apartment. Well, if you've got your own space, then that's fair, isn't it? Sort of. Depends what you mean by your stuff. I mean, if it's your, telly, then you're probably allowed that elsewhere. But Dave says, mine's a man cave with everything at hand. The problem is, the more room you have, the more mess you make. That's the same as everything, though, isn't it? The more room you have, the more you fill it up, and the more money you earn, the more you spend, and everything is dependent on everything else. So yeah, if you've got a big car, then you'll put more things in it, and yeah. Athol says 900 square feet means the same space as all your places based on. Yeah, it's probably my entire house and garden. So yeah. Well, Barkley says Southend, just down the A13 from me. I'm not sure what that was in Laidhoff, but there we go. Andrew Preston's got his whole loft space for modelling. Does that not? Is it a converted loft, or do you have to crouch down when you get to the edges? Can you only stand up in the very middle? Keaton says, no, it was the first thing to go into the spare room. Oh, right, you didn't actually build a room around it. You had a room, yeah, you built the interior of the room around it, not the actual room itself. That makes more sense to me. Ian's saying Steve's not building the Bandai Falcon anytime soon then. Yeah, he needs a bit more room for that, I think. Yeah, that's not a small kit. It's over there, about that wide. Yeah, it's quite a big thing. Oh no, the Bandai one's only half that size. The Agostini one that Steve's building is 143 scale, so that's quite big. Graham has just popped a couple of pictures of his modelling space on the group page. I won't look at them now. I'll save it for next week, then I'll know where to start from. But yeah, I'll get a couple of pictures of my setup once I've tidied it up a little bit. There you go. Steve says he's not finished the Diag Falcon yet. Mayhem is putting us on the big telly. Oh, I like being on the big telly. Makes me feel important.
I can't remember how long ago it was I finished my D'Agostini.
It was good. I still haven't done the extra bit, the part 100A, the extra half dozen bits that they sent out 2 years after it finished.
Oh no!
I've got them on hand somewhere, but yeah, I keep meaning to, but then just don't. But yeah,
They were a joke, weren't they? Really?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Cynical Steve, I do have a table upstairs in the box room, but it has a Falcon on it. Yeah. Spid says big telly. Yeah, we noticed you not gone on the big telly until Spid went. We noticed that. It's fine. It has a standing area of 20 foot by 16 foot. Oh, this is the loft thing. Yeah, that's bigger than mine probably. That's quite big. Yeah, I can only stand in the middle bit of mine, and even then I can't because we've had the loft insulation thing stuff put in it, so you can't walk in it at all. Athol says, I had a mate in the Air Force, lived in a street with lofts all connected, so it was railway set all the way through them. Did the neighbours notice? Did they not sit there occasionally and think, what's that? What's that noise in the... No. Yeah, no. I'm sure, I don't know. Dan's D'Agostini Falcon is sitting on a shelf in parts, mainly because I want to build a full interior to it with lighting. Yeah, it's got some interior, but it's no means a full interior, but I'd be worried about doing a full interior because you'd need... Some of the panels are sort of structural, so if you start taking off bits that aren't meant to be taken off according to the build, you're going to end up being able to see dodgy bits of interior framework, which you could obviously convert and build in and do it. It'd be interesting. He says, right now, the Exo is my big project. The chassis is like a large skateboard. Yes, I've seen some pictures of the Exo one, and the DeLorean as well. They're big, nice scale kits. So, yeah, that'd be good. At one point, Hot Toys was showing a 1/6 scale Falcon cockpit that fit 12-inch triggers. I do remember seeing that as well. They had... did they have a 1-to-1 scale Stormtrooper on a sprue as well? At some trade show. It was just crazy immense, but lovely looking, but not a real for sale thing, but just for a display item. So yeah, that would have been quite interesting. Right, that's the chat up to date. So yeah, is there anything else that anybody wants to chat about or talk about or show off or anything? Because I'm getting very warm and I'm ready to call it a night.
I've just done my first ever diorama.
Let's have a look, 1 minute. I'll put you on the big screen.
Put it on the webcam.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I posted pictures of my last diorama.
Is it that plane with the cockpit partially open and stuff?
Well, that's nice.
Oh wow,
Okay, yeah.
that's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
that'll do it,
cool.
won't it?
That's nice.
It's got like a sort of cartoony sort of feel to it. It's quite good. I like it. Well,
Thanks, Chris.
you see all these ultra realistic things, and it's lovely, but it's got a certain Lewisness to it.
First
No, I
ever
like
one
it. It's
I've
good.
ever
What,
done.
is the cockpit open because he's ejected, I assume, or
Yeah.
is there a story behind it?
He's just been shot down and he jumped out. Before
He
it
just jumped out, right?
Yeah.
Did he survive?
I don't know. I've not decided yet.
Not found him.
No. Missing in action, let's say that.
Yeah, I like it. It's good. Great stuff.
And it used, did it with Dave's water effect.
Oh, right, yep.
How Dave did it on his live stream.
So it's Dave's fault, yeah.
Yeah. Took me about 4 weeks to do it.
That's all right. It's not about the speed. It's about enjoying doing it. It's great.
Must admit, I have enjoyed it.
That's what it's really all about, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of people liking that. Dan Kramer says it's cool, he really likes it. Mark really likes it. Athel's asking where the pilot is. Well, he just said he jumped out. Smoke trail's really nice. Did the pilot land on Skull Island, says Dan.
I could do like a little diorama where he landed and just got loads of that Warhammer stuff.
Steve says no self-respecting Japanese pilot would jump out. They'd have crashed into the nearest imperialist Yankee target. Dan's got to go. See you later. Thanks for winning, Dan. See you again next time.
Okay, I'm done.
Steve was talking about his Falcon. He says he doesn't care about the interior. Far too many door cushions. Yeah, the little the circular ring panel. Yeah, yeah. Don't remind me about them. That's fine. The pilot's on the carpet, says little Barkley.
Yeah, I'll get Nat down around underneath.
Yeah, he's picking up Nat's jams.
Graham's given up on the Revel, I assume. 138 ME 109. It's not great. It's building a Bandai ATST instead. That'll be a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, Bandai and Revel
Nice
were
one.
not really comparable to each other. See, Mayhem agrees with me. Looking at Lewis, it reminds me of an old Bugs Bunny cartoon. It's got that sort of cartoon sort of feel to it. Not in a bad way. It's just different. I'm assuming that was what you're going for, but if not, then I apologise.
It wasn't.
No, it was now. Now it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Ghost Rider's got perfect battery timing as well, so I assume he's going to be going as well. Yes, well, I'm going to be going as well. Cynical Steve says the stuff of nightmares. Yes, there's more to come. You haven't got to the end of them yet. There's more panel cushions. Trust me, you'll get to really hate them. Yes, thank you all for joining me this evening. It's always nice when the public comes in. So, thank you very much, David. I shall remove you first because you were the last one in. So that's the way it works. So thank you very much.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
And then Eric, I should also remove you as well. Thank you for joining us, and hope the recovery continues and improves and gets better.
Thanks, Chris.
Take
Have a
care,
good night.
mate.
Thanks.
And Lewis, I'll get rid of you as well.
Bye.
Thank you very much. And Nat in the background there as well. I heard her.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.
And me. I was the last one here because I'm always the last one here because I'm in charge of the buttons. So yes, that was another evening with. As ever, the last one of the month is open to everybody. So next month, make sure you've got your batteries charged up and things and webcams connected. Come along and join in. Next week will be just me and the gang, so probably half the people that were here before might turn up again, and other people come in and go. There's quite a large group of people that are able to join whenever they like, so we'll keep it interesting. Spid says, good evening, he now feels fat. Nice chatting, guys. Night all. Yep, he's obviously eaten all of his chicken. Not all of the chicken, not the stuff that was burnt. He didn't eat that. But, yep, everyone's saying good night in the chat there. So, yes, thank you all for joining me. It's Thursday today, so that's it for me. I don't know what's happening tomorrow with Fox. I don't know if he's doing a stream or not. If he isn't, I might nip in and do a game if it's not too hot. But I think it's going to be too hot, so I might not be doing anything. I assume Nat's around tomorrow night for a Diamond Art. And then what we got Saturday, there's things and stuff. Sunday is my turn again, so I'm back with War Hamster at 8 PM. After everyone else has done all the streaming throughout the day and priming you up and getting you ready for me. Monday we're back with E-Models, and then Wednesday I've got my new build of something a bit different because I've run out of Lego. So I've got something different to build on Wednesday, so come along and watch and find out what that all is. Nat says, yes, I'm about tomorrow night. That's fine, yeah. There we go. Modern Waking Homes, I see you have good taste in isotonic juice. My missus drinks the same one. It's the Tesco's original. Yep, it's the cheapest one. So, yeah. It's just come out of the fridge, so it's nice and chilled and fine. So, thank you all for joining me this evening. I'd say thank you for the people that joined me on camera, and thank you all for joining me in chat. And if you didn't join in chat and you were just watching, then that's also fine as well. But the chats are the more fun place. I don't put all the messages on screen. So come and join in, then you can find out what's actually going on and what everybody's talking about. And just, hang out. It's more fun. I shall see you soon for more stuff. Other than that, that's it for tonight. I shall see you soon. Good night. Bye-bye.